Hey everyone, welcome back. Outlander's final season has been building toward something massive. And episode 5 delivers on that promise in a big way. We're breaking down everything that went down in Send for the Devil. So if you haven't watched yet, hit pause now because spoilers are coming. Let's get into it. We open at Fraser's Ridge with one of the most casually unhinged conversations in Outlander history. Jamie and Claire are watching their guest Buck Mackenzie play with the children, and Claire quietly asks if Jamie has told Buck that they were responsible for both of his parents' deaths. Jamie says no. Claire says good, let's keep it that way. And they just move on. Only on this show. Buck almost immediately proves his worth when neighbor Whitaker arrives with urgent news. Whitaker is the father of the twins Claire delivered earlier this season, and he's come to repay that debt. The warning he carries is serious. Captain Cunningham is raising a loyalist militia, and his plan is to capture Jamie Fraser and hand him over to the British to be publicly hanged for treason. Jamie processes this and comes up with a two-part plan. He knows Cunningham will make his move at the upcoming Masonic Lodge meeting where weapons aren't permitted inside. So Jamie and his loyal Ardsmuir men quietly hide guns in the surrounding woods ahead of time. For the second part, he sends Josiah Beardsley on a secret mission to recruit Benjamin Cleveland, a ruthless anti-Tory vigilante Jamie has openly despised. Desperate times. The lodge meeting arrives with no word from Josiah. Before leaving, Claire quotes Robert Burns to Jamie. Longtime fans will know that's basically their version of a pep talk and a love declaration rolled into one. She watches him go, pours a whiskey, and starts sterilizing her surgical tools, because she knows exactly how these nights tend to end. At the lodge, both men give speeches. Cunningham speaks about loyalty to the crown. Jamie fires back by reciting the Declaration of Arbroath, a 14th century Scottish declaration of independence, with lines about never submitting to English rule and freedom being worth dying for. In a room full of Scots, it lands perfectly. When the final prayer begins and everyone bows their heads, Jamie slips out the back, grabs his hidden weapon, and meets his men in the woods. The showdown happens at the trading post. Cunningham fights with total fearlessness because he genuinely believes he cannot die yet. His deceased son supposedly sent him a message that he has 5 more years. That conviction makes him reckless and dangerous. He gets a knife across Jamie's chest, then corners him with a gun at close range. It looks finished. Then Buck shoots Cunningham from behind. Jamie Fraser survives. Again, the man is essentially immortal at this point. Cunningham is brought to Claire's surgery alive but paralyzed from the waist down due to the back wound. Claire does what she can. Throughout the night, she had been keeping company with Cunningham's mother, Elspeth, who knew about the plot the entire time and said nothing. They prayed together uneasily. When Cunningham is carried in, unable to move his legs, and Elspeth desperately commands him to move them, it's genuinely heartbreaking. A reminder that despite everything, she is still his mother. The episode closes at the ridge when Josiah finally returns the next morning with Cleveland and his militia behind him. Jamie got his reinforcements, but at a price. Claire watches them ride in and delivers the episode's best line. "Send for the devil," she says quietly. The devil appears. Over in Savannah, the siege is beginning, and Roger knows from Frank's research exactly how bloody it's going to be. Before marching out with the Continental soldiers, he writes Brianna a letter explaining his choice. He doesn't send it, he folds it and tucks it into his jacket pocket, then heads into battle. On the field, it's brutal. Roger stays with a dying soldier who only wants someone to tell his wife he loves her and not to die alone. Roger gives him that. Then he spots a young drummer boy, barely older than 10, lying injured near a tree. He carries the boy to the field hospital where the attending doctor turns out to be Denzel Hunter, trained by Claire Fraser and one of the most capable physicians supporting the Continental Army. Roger and Denny are strangers at this point, with no idea they're connected through the same family. Denny saves the boy's life. Roger runs back into the fighting and gets knocked unconscious by an explosion. As he falls, he flashes back to himself as a small child being caught by someone during what appears to be the Blitz in World War II. Book readers will immediately understand the significance. Show-only viewers, just hold on to that image. It matters. Inside Savannah, Brianna is anxiously waiting with William while Lord John is called away. During that time, she opens up to William about her own experience discovering Jamie was her father. She was 19. She had a father she loved who raised her. She felt completely betrayed when the truth came out. William listens with tears forming and asks the only question he cares about. How did she get through it? Her answer is simple and perfect. She got to know their father. That changed everything. It's one of the most emotionally rewarding scenes of the final season. Two of Jamie's secret children finding each other, bonding over shared pain. For longtime fans, this one really lands. William has also made the very quick decision to pursue Amaranthus romantically, and his attempt at being a gentleman lasts approximately 10 seconds before that falls apart. Once the battle ends with no sign of Roger, Brianna refuses to wait. William accompanies her to the camp where they find Roger alive. Brianna hugs him, then immediately slaps his chest and yells at him for frightening her, which is entirely fair. Roger introduces Denny to the group, and William is happy to reconnect with his old friend. Then William spots a Continental Army general stepping out of a tent nearby. It's his cousin Ben, the one everyone said was dead, wearing a blue coat, very much alive, and apparently now a general for the opposing side. William's face cycles through joy, confusion, and pure fury. He walks straight up to Ben and punches him in the face. Ben has a lot of explaining to do. So that's episode 5 of Outlander's final season. Jamie escapes death again, thanks to Buck. Roger finds his purpose on the battlefield, and William's world just got turned completely upside down. With Cleveland now in the mix and Kings Mountain on the horizon, things are only going to escalate from here. What was your favorite moment from this episode? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the breakdown for episode 6. See you next week.